Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Time's up, it ain't working for you, huh? This TikTok, it ain't working for you, huh? Time to hang it up, your money drying up, huh? I'm dissing everybody that ain't made up. Used to be too long for a check, huh?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
You've been trying to go viral for a second, huh? TikTok, now you missing that, huh? Time to blow the whistle, I got a man.
Good morning.
I think he needs a job now. He was falling so hard, he doesn't hurt himself. Now get him off of the ground and carry him out. You got OnlyFans, what's your OnlyFans? You only got engaged for the clicks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
Yeah, you ain't got enough followers, huh? Yeah, you ain't got enough to go live, huh? You go live and talk to yourself, huh? The content really ain't engaging, huh? Yeah, you don't really get that many views, huh? I got some bad news right here, huh?
Good morning.
See, I know what happens to you when it gets dark. You let the comments get to your heart. The time's up, it ain't working for you, huh?
Right.
This TikTok, it ain't working for you, huh? Time to hang it up, your money drying up, huh? I'm dissing everybody that ain't made up. You used to PPP loan for a check, huh? You think this TikTok thing is easy, huh? You've been trying to go viral for a second,
right?
TikTok, now you missing that, huh? The water's running dry. Like
You know who you are. Good morning. Yes, more true.
Ain't nothing left, without a doubt. And all that damn crying ain't gonna help you out. Read your account. Take it down.
Take it down. Good morning, CC.
You buzzers out here looking like some clowns. And you got a new sheriff in town. I'm still going dummy and I think it's funny.
Hey.
Eating real good with a full tummy. Screaming hallelujah when I get that money.
Hey.
They don't like to dance with a slow bunny. Slide through your hood with that, homie. Pour a little out for the dead, homie. I'm catching me a breeze on
yes,
the
good morning.
And when I fly by, okay, yes. The time's up, it ain't working for you, huh?
Ain't working for you, huh?
It ain't working for you, huh? Time to hang it up, your money drying up, huh? I'm dissing everybody that ain't gave up. You used to PPP loan for a check,
Good morning,
you
Hector.
This TikTok thing is easy, huh?
In
You been trying to go
access.
viral for a second, huh? TikTok, now you in some debt, huh?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do over here. All right, all right. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I feel like I'm stuck in
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Yeah. It's like I'm stuck in time.
Right. We're stuck in time.
It's like a curse. And I can't escape it. It's like
Right.
deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas.
I play the game
so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
The algorithm turned to a maniac. Yeah. I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet.
Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And if they is my ex, that mean they left me.
They don't get replies if they text me.
I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
Here we go.
Shit was radical.
Keep it cool.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Really? Come on.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Cut it out, conservative land.
It's deja vu when I'm
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tuesday's show. Today is Tuesday, the 14th of November. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the Thunderdome to do what we all love to do each and every single weekday morning. All right. So let's just get straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do the housekeeping business first, right? So for those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it is quite simple. The first H stands for honesty. There's nobody more honest than me on social media. I promise to tell you nothing but the truth, so help me God. All right, the next H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Thank you, that dark IT lady. I appreciate that. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. I will cut the line. If there's a line and people are apologizing, I will cut the line and go to the front of it and apologize. If I'm truly wrong, it just turns out I haven't been wrong lately, MAGA. And the reason I haven't been wrong is because I've been winning so much, right? And the last H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome, right? Am I right? Jenny, am I still the most handsome out there? Come on. I mean, listen, Nutty, you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a friend, Nutty Professor. He likes to go around in my lives and tell people I'm not as handsome as he is. I just want you all to know the devil is a lie. Nutty, cut it out. All right, now listen, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who aren't familiar, wait a minute. I want to make this announcement. Sorry, I got to say this. There is a friend of ours on the right, HVAC, Jeff. You know this guy. Him and Snuggles, they literally are trying to ride my wave. They're trying to ride my wave. Yeah. HVAC, I just got to say this, champ. You are not the most handsome on the app. That title, I know he did this in his live. He goes live and he says that he's not the most handsome. Okay, HVAC, cut it out. You're not winning, when you go into those debates, HVAC. I got to be honest with you. It's entertaining because most of the time you're not winning. But you run a clean operation over there in terms of allowing people to say what they need to say. But HVAC, you're not winning. You are getting rinsed each and every time by the Democrats. All right, but keep up the good work and just stop lying about yourself. All right, you are not the most handsome. You're not the most attractive man on this platform. You are far, far from that. And I'm being very nice. All right. And I don't think you believe you are. All right. So let's get into whatever it is that we're going to talk about today. The one thing I want to say to you Trump supporters is this. Listen, what we do on this side of TikTok is second to none. We hold our friends on the right accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, right? And that includes their leader, Donald J. Trump, right? So along those lines, I want you all to know that I'm going to give you a head start, to get up out of this live and go somewhere else on TikTok where you feel more comfortable, where you can be coddled, when it comes to, Donald Trump and his stuff that he has going on. Because what we do is we tell the truth over here, all right? We will not allow you to get away with spreading lies and misinformation, all right? And I'm going to give you a heads up. Sometimes the truth does hurt your feelings. It'll make you throw up your breakfast. It'll make you angry at Zeus. And you'll want to start saying nasty things in the comments section. I know if you feel that way after hearing what we talk about, that's a good thing. That means the Spirit of God is talking to you through Zeus. So listen up. If you do not like the truth, or if you are lactose intolerant, like my good friend, Brother Swervin always says, lactose intolerant, meaning you're allergic to facts, you don't have to stay in this live. You can pack your bags and leave. Good morning, Swervin. I saw you sneak right on in. You don't have to stay in my live. You can pack your bags and leave, okay? And you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
right.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There's nobody on the face of this earth that I've ever ran into, good morning, Miss Boss Diva, that's forcing Donald Trump and his supporters to stay in the United States of America. All right, MAGA? So there's no excuses. Stop sending Donald Trump your money and use that same money to fund yourself a one-way ticket to Russia. I do mean that. And by the way, my friend Nutty, who I said is a little something's off because he says he's the most handsome. He still has a plan out there for you to get there. All you got to do is reach out to me, and we will work out the arrangements. And you don't got to worry about who's going to pay for it. All right, just let us know you want to go to Russia, because nothing grinds my gears more than knowing that there are folks sitting in the United States that say that they are patriots, but they're sitting at home complaining. They're moaning and groaning about President Biden and saying that he destroyed this country, when they know good and well Donald Trump destroyed this country. Obama gave him a crown jewel, so to speak, when Obama left office, right, in 2016. He gave him a well-to-do country. It was intact. The economy was on the up and up. Folks were getting along like they've never got along before. And because he believed in the peaceful transfer of power, he reluctantly gave it to Donald Trump, who we all witnessed destroy this country like it's never been destroyed. I mean, he treated this country like it was one of his businesses. And you folks still get out here and say, wouldn't it be great if we ran the United States of America like it was one of Donald Trump's business? Absolutely not. Have you lost your natural minds, MAGA? Name one business Donald Trump ran that you could point to and say, you know what, he did an outstanding job running it. Name one. Can't do it, huh? Just like when we ask you, name one policy Donald Trump did that's helping you. You can't name one. Yesterday I was in a live. This is HVAC's live. These folks still think Donald Trump repealed and replaced the Affordable Care Act / Obamacare. This is what I'm telling you. You're talking about the mandate? Is that what that is? Well, the mandate's gone. No. Donald Trump told us he was going to repeal and replace Obamacare, not do a little tweak to it. See, and the reason that he didn't do it is because Donald Trump is not a good business person, and he's a terrible politician. So along those lines, ladies and gentlemen, let's address the elephant in the room, all right? It's time to do it. It is really time to do it, all right? So let's get this show started. I got a little message for you Trump supporters, all right? Let's see. All right. You know I got to have a little bit of a speech ready, all right? All right, and before I get into this speech, I must remind MAGA, the way that I talk is direct and blunt, and it's very effective. I block and I strike at the same time, all right, because that's how good I am. So I want you to know that as I say what I say on this live, I don't care if I hurt your feelings. I really don't, because as your leader said, the gloves are off with you.
Everyone knows and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him. But now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off. The jar has been opened.
Yeah, the gloves are off and the jar has been opened, MAGA. And listen to me very clearly. You're the one that opened the jar. You're the one that took the gloves off. Ever since January 6th, I was going to let you slide, MAGA, honestly. Because the whole Trump administration, I was done with you. Families were torn apart in this country. I wasn't going to ever talk to you again. It was a done deal as far as I was concerned. But that dark day on January 6th, I will never, ever. There's two things in my lifetime that I won't ever forget. One is 9/11. All right, I won't never forget 9/11. That was scary, dangerous stuff. And the next thing, I mean, there's a lot of things, but January 6th, that's going to be something that disturbs me about MAGA for the rest of my life. What you all did on January 6th, in my opinion, is unforgivable. And you can try to hide and pretend like you're victims of something. No, you're not. You're traitors. And I know some people say, Zeus, you shouldn't call Trump supporters traitors, especially ones that have served in the armed forces. And I generally wouldn't, because I got family that have been in the armed services and, law enforcement. But the truth is, There were people who were affiliated with law enforcement there, and there were folks who used to be in the arms and actually were in the armed services there supporting Donald Trump. So, as tough as it sounds, we got to call it like we see it, right? If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, well, darn it, ladies and gentlemen, it's a duck. MAGA traitors. That's what it is. All right. Funny, the military seems to be back. See, how can you say the military is backing Trump? Okay, if that's what you believe, do you believe Trump backs the military? Because if so, I want you to explain what happened on that Yemen raid 5 days into his administration, in which Trump got one of our Navy soldiers unalive because he didn't consult with his national security. Instead, he consulted with Steve Bannon and Jared Kushner and got a soldier unalive because what did he do? I wanted to do it because Barack Obama wouldn't do it. What about what he says about our generals, the way that he dresses down our generals? General Milley. Yeah. What about the one that was disabled? Remember? Don't bring him around again. You think Trump cares about our military? You know what? Do me a favor. Sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. That MAGA demon got a nasty hold on your behind, and it's making me sick. See, I came out here trying to be nice to you Trump supporters, all right? So I want to touch on this real quickly, and then I got to get to today's headlines, all right? So good morning, Americans, Democrats, independents, and real Republicans. Once again, I sit here on this sacred throne in Mount Olympus to address a matter that strikes at the heart of our democracy and the principles upon which our great nation was built. I come to discuss the dangers of attempting to run the United States government like a business, in particular in the context of the Donald Trump administration. Now, it is essential to acknowledge that businesses and governments have fundamentally distinct purposes and objectives. Businesses, they focus on profit maximization, increasing shareholder value, and serving the subset of stakeholders. On the other hand, government exists to represent the interests of an entire nation. All right, ensuring the well-being and protection of their citizens. These objectives are not interchangeable. Let me say that again. These objectives are not interchangeable, and attempts to blur the lines between them can have severe consequences. All right. During his time in office, this is the meat and potatoes, the former president successfully managed to go from President of the United States to defendant. This is what he did in record time. How do you go to the highest level you can be in this country to the lowest level? Wow, Donald Trump did that. He did this while championing his business acumen as a qualification for effective governance. No, Biden didn't do it. Donald Trump did it. While it is true that successful business leaders possess valuable skills, we must recognize that these skills do not automatically translate into effective political leadership. In fact, the dangers lie in the fundamental difference between the two realms. Difference is Donald Trump, as smart as he is, should have known. First and foremost, running a business allows for hierarchical decision-making structures where CEOs hold significant power and can make swift decisions without much consultation. However, a democracy is built upon checks and balances, separation of powers, and a system of accountability. Attempting to apply a top-down, autocratic approach to government undermines the democratic principles that our nation holds dear. And if you ask me, your baby daddy, I see, it's a recipe for prison. It really is. Furthermore, businesses are primarily concerned with profitability, often prioritizing short-term gains over long-term sustainability. In Trump's case, business also includes robbing your clients, and suing them if asked to be paid. In contrast, governments must consider the well-being of their citizens in the present and the future. The pursuit of profit without regards of social welfare can lead to policies that disproportionately benefit the wealthy and exacerbate income inequality. Right? No, I can't battle. Moreover, government decisions should be guided by evidence-based policy making, public input, and the best interests of the entire nation. The Trump business world, however, operates in a competitive, criminal environment where decisions are frequently driven by what I call MAGA forces, right? Demands from foreign dictators and the pursuit of Donald Trump's personal interests. Applying this approach to governance leads to marginalizing vulnerable Americans, as I said yesterday, women and children, and neglecting the needs of those who cannot contribute to the profit-driven economy, his supporters. Things we all know Donald Trump does not care about, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, in attempting to run the United States government like a business, as exemplified by the Trump administration, it is dangerous for our democracy and the well-being of our citizens. We must recognize that the objective decision-making process and the ethical considerations of business and governments are fundamentally different. Our nation, ladies and gentlemen, deserves a real leader like Joe Biden, who understands and is committed to the principles of democratic governance, social justice, and the betterment of all of our citizens. All right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to join me, because this is how we start our shows. All right? Join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his so-called business acumen and his so-called crimes that go with it a round of boos and shame, because he tried to run the United States of America like one of his businesses, only to end up as defendant Trump. Let's give him his boos and shame. It doesn't work like that, MAGA. So if you hear Donald Trump trying to tell you he's going to run this country like a business again, I want you to know you've had this conversation with Zeus, and it's DOA. You know what that means, all right? Now let's get started with today's headlines, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, oh boy, do we got some things to discuss. What do I want to talk about first? Let's see. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. Speaking of business, speech expert tells us that Don Jr. tried to overwhelm the judge with fast talking in the court. I mean, look at his face. I can tell you right now, he's going to talk fast because his eyes, his pupils, they're dilated. If you look closely at Don Jr.'s eyes, ladies and gentlemen, you can just see. You can see the MAGA demon is raging strong in his eyes. Can't you see it, right? So Don Jr. made the quite memorable return to the stand in his family's ongoing fraud trial yesterday. He testified as the defense first witness in the New York civil fraud trial against his father, and the Trump organization. The lawsuit, which seeks $250 million, alleges that Don Jr. right there and his brother Eric Trump intentionally inflated their father's net worth for their own financial gain. I'm going to just let that sink in there, MAGA. He inflates his crowd size. You know Donald Trump did this. All right, questioned by attorney Clifford Roberts, Don Jr.'s testimony was filled with fast talk rattling off the Trump organization's early real estate accomplishment, describing Donald Sr. as an artist and visionary. Don Jr. listed the Trump Park Avenue building and Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida, as examples of his father's business acumen. This is what I was talking about, running the country like a business, only to be having to deal with being called out on fraud. No one for decades had seen any value in it, Don Jr. said of the latter, boasting that Donald Sr. turned the establishment into one of the finest golf clubs in the world. He also praised his father for giving opportunities to a lot of people who didn't have opportunities. With Don Jr. speaking quickly and excitedly, Judge Arthur Engoron asked that he slow down at one point. Don Jr. seemingly unflustered joked back, "I would say it's good to be here, but if I would assume the Attorney General would sue me for perjury if I said that." Was Don Jr., ladies and gentlemen, is he okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give this fast-talking jive turkey. This is, I know what this is. We're going to give Don Jr. this fast-talking jive turkey who thinks that he's smarter than everyone else while he's in the defendant position, because that's the clue, Don Jr. You're a defendant. And you're not the first defendant, sir. Don't you think other defendants before you have tried this? Don Jr., you're not that smart. All right? So let's give this jive talking fast, this jive turkey fast talking Trump heir a round of booze and shame, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not going to work. We're going to get that money out of you, Trump. All right? Yeah, I know MAGA can't stand me for telling this story and this information out about Donald Trump, but MAGA, I got a question for you. All right, if I were to be doing this, if this was Hunter Biden that was doing this, would you have a problem with me covering it, MAGA? I see you out there. If I was doing this and this was Hunter Biden instead, would you have a problem? I'm just curious. Good morning, Cap Cut Edits. If this was Hunter Biden and I was saying this, would you have a problem with me doing this? No, Luke. No. I mean, be honest. Be honest for once. If this was Hunter Biden and I was sharing these stories out the way that I am, would you have a problem with me doing it? They won't. They would love it. That's what I figured. So what's the difference? What's the difference then? This is real information. It don't matter who it is, right? Why are you all bent out of shape? Because I'm sharing with the world what's really happening. It doesn't make any sense. And I still haven't gotten a question. I still haven't gotten an answer from MAGA. I was in one of their lives yesterday, and they keep bragging to me. Donald Trump was such a great president. And they actually, ladies and gentlemen, they sent me a link. I think his name was Stanley something. Stanley James, I think. Stanley. And I said, Stanley, I read that link before, but answer me this, Stanley. If Donald Trump was such a great president, why the heck didn't he get a second term? And I have not met a Trump supporter on this app that can answer that question accurately without lying, pivoting, and deflecting. MAGA, go back to your wherever dark cave you came from and get me an answer to that question. If Donald Trump, with all of his accomplishments, was so great, why didn't he get a second term? You know, in any other industry, any other sports, when the team is the best team, they win. They go on and get championship rings. If Donald Trump would have won, if he was really winning, he'd have got that championship ring, which was a second term. But he didn't get it. And you know why he didn't get it. Because he didn't win, and he's not a good leader, whether it's in the public sector or the private sector. He's not a good leader, and you deep down in your souls, you know it. It's a shame. It's a shame that you won't admit it, especially because a lot of you folks claim that you're adults. But you don't act like adults, all right? Let's move on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. And again, this is information that you can go look up yourself. Come on now, you can't blame the FBI. The FBI, the director of the FBI is Christopher Wray. Donald Trump appointed them. The vice president, that's Donald Trump's vice president. All the witnesses, those are Republicans. This is why I do what I do. And it makes it easy, and it's really easy to do it because you're not going to be able to sweep this information under the rug. And you're not. All right. So let's bring up some more information for you Trump supporters. You know, a lot of my friends on the left, we know this stuff already. So we got some glimpses of Jenna Ellis and Sidney Powell singing like canaries in a coal mine about what was really happening behind the scenes at the White House in Donald Trump's last days. And I know what MAGA does. MAGA is going to attack Jenna Ellis. MAGA is going to attack Sidney Powell because that's what MAGA does once the truth starts to come out. But I want all of you Trump supporters to understand this. This information that you're going to be hearing come out are from people that had boots on the ground next to Donald Trump. You've never experienced that in your life, not even in your wildest dream. You have no idea how Trump's diaper smells. These folks do. So they got more credibility, if you ask me. As wrong as they are, they have more credibility. All right? All right, so let's get into what Jenna Ellis said, ladies and gentlemen. And I want MAGA to understand this is the beginning. And you're going to hear a lot more Trump supporters. They're going to be called ex-Trump supporters. Those who've escaped the cult. You're going to hear a lot more of them doing just like this. And you got to be the dumbest person on earth to sit here and listen to these folks who are currently fighting for their lives, because their freedom is being taken. To be the dumbest person on earth to sit back and listen to these folks tell the truth like this and sit here and go, I'm smarter than them. I don't believe them. This is all an attack on Donald Trump because they hate him so much. You got to be dumb if you still believe that stuff. All right. All right. Let's hear what they got to say.
That's what we all call him.
I just want to say.
Here we go. I mean, you can't make up this stuff, folks. You really can't. And I like this. This one's done by our good friends at the Lincoln Project, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to overlay what Jenna Ellis is saying with what Donald Trump was saying, but most of his supporters didn't hear, okay?
Claims and the ability to challenge the election results is essentially over.
But this election is now over. Congress has certified the results. I don't want to say that.
He said to me, and I'm kind of excited to know, well, we don't care and we're not going to leave. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, the boss, meaning President Trump, and everyone understood the boss. That's what we all called him.
I just want to say, Congress has certified the results without saying the election's over, okay?
He said the boss is not going to leave under any circumstances. We are just going to stay in power. And I said to him, well, it doesn't quite work that way, you realize. And he said, we don't care.
I will totally accept the results of this great and historic presidential election if I win.
You see that, MAGA? This is what gets me. So it came to this where Jenna Ellis had to accept a plea deal, and now the cameras are on her, and you could just tell by the way that she's talking and freely allowing the conversation to go that this is really what happened. Donald Trump made the decision that he wasn't going to leave the White House, and using his power as president, he forced these people to go along with this, right? She said, that's not how it works. And his response is, you're going to make it work like that. Whatever it takes, do it. Wow. And yet you're going to say she's lying. because that's what you do. You make excuses for bad behavior, right? He says, I'm not going to accept the results unless I win. MAGA. How does that make sense? And again, I posed the question to you like this. Imagine if it was Joe Biden saying this to you Trump supporters. Would you have a problem with it? MAGA, where are you at now? If President Biden was saying these exact same thing, would you have a problem with it? And the answer is yes, you would. You'd lose your brains would explode if President Biden was saying this stuff. So why is it okay for Donald Trump to say it and not Biden? What's the difference? Besides the fact that you were possessed with a nasty MAGA demon and you're in a cult. That's what the difference is. Wake up. And it gets worse because guess who else we get to hear from? The Kraken. Sidney Powell. What a shame. It's came to this. It takes all this to get to the bottom of what happened on January 6th with you Trump supporters. You disgust me. You really do. So no, when I play this MAGA, pretend like this is happening. This is President Biden that we're talking about, okay? When you listen to Sidney Powell, just imagine what she's saying. It's in reference to what President Biden did. Maybe that'll help it seep through your brains. Let's see if we can get Sidney to give us a little glimpse of what was really happening in the White House around that time. Here we go.
Name of the book. And I was the worst lawyer he'd ever seen in his life. There were no circumstances under which he'd work with me on anything. He called me a bitch and I don't know what all. And that's pretty much all I remember about that one. Did I know anything about election law? No. But I understand fraud from having been a prosecutor for 10 years.
What was President Trump's sense of what you would do as special counsel?
I guess he assumed, and I would have thought that I would have looked at putting into effect a provision of 13848 that would have allowed the machines to be secured in 4 or 5 states.
How did you choose which states that you would target?
How would I have chosen that? By the ones where there were the most statistical anomalies.
How do you choose which states to seize the voting machines in? Well, we're going to go look at the ones where there's some statistical anomalies. You know, the ones that Biden came out victorious in. And we didn't understand how it happened. We'll just go right there. She's confessing to the crimes, MAGA. And it makes so much sense that your brains are exploding. That's what's going on.
Now, were you ever around when anyone told Donald Trump that he had lost the election?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Pat Cipollone, Eric Hirschman, Derek Lyons, all thought he'd lost.
Was that in the December 18th meeting?
Yes.
What was President Trump's reaction?
So 3 people, she said, were around that let Donald Trump know that he lost December 18th meeting. MAGA. He's the president of the United States. He should know everything that's going on in this country. Do you really think the president of the United States didn't know this information? Do you think Donald Trump is that dumb? If you think he's that dumb, you know he doesn't deserve to be in the White House. Right? Go ahead, Sidney. Go ahead. Keep telling him.
When, I guess, this cadre of advisors would say you lost.
It was like, they would say that and then they'd walk out and he'd go, see, this is what I deal with all the time. He was specifically willing to appoint me special counsel. In fact, he looked over at Cipollone 3 different times and said, do I have the authority to name her special counsel? And Cipollone said, yes, you do. And then somebody said, well, she doesn't have a security clearance. So he looked at Cipollone and he said, do I have the authority to give her a security clearance? And Cipollone said, yes, you do. And then about the 3rd time we went through that scenario, Cipollone, I think, said, You can name her anything you want, Mr. President, and nobody's going to pay a bit of attention to it.
Wow, wow, wow. You heard what she said, and you know there's no denying that that's Donald Trump right there. His actions. Can I do this? Yes, you can do it. Well, let's do it. Because Donald Trump doesn't know what the heck he's talking about, number one. All right. But number two, what it does show you is, once again, Sidney Powell. I'm starting to understand a little more about the Kraken and all of that. Because I know it's not easy to be ousted from MAGA cult. So she did what she had to do. And I get it now. She had to play crazy. That was the only way to deal with Donald Trump in that moment, because the man was definitely willing to break the law as the president of the United States. Yeah, Hugo Chavez. Yeah, she made it look so crazy that they had to say, you know what, Sidney? We're going to let you do what you do, but we can't let you go any further with this crime because you've lost your mind. Yeah. Good job, Sidney Powell, of having the wherewithal and the mental fortitude to understand that the only way out of MAGA is to play crazy. That's what she did. There's the only way out, MAGA, is to play crazy. Maybe that's your cue, Trump supporters. Play crazy. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you have it right there. We got the beginnings of the confessions starting to come out, and there's going to be more coming out where it's going to be crystal clear that Donald Trump was engaging in criminal conduct, all right, in order to try to overthrow our democracy. So let's give Donald Trump a round of boos and shame, because as the president of the United States, this all could have been avoided had he simply engaged in the peaceful transfer of power, but instead he chose to broke the law only to get caught. Let's give him some boos of shame. Thank you, Rick. Okay, all right. There is something else out there. I got to be quick because you know the TikTokers, they'll shut this down. I'm going to be quick. Now that I know that this is all going on, doesn't it make sense, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Whose stuff that was that they found in the White House? Remember this story? All right. A picture of the White House stuff. There was a bag. Remember, I got to be quick because you know TikTok will shut this down. They said they have the pictures of this stuff. All right. And now I'm starting to think it was Donald Trump's, right? Okay, they found this stuff in the White House. And after I listened to Sidney Powell's exchange, all right, you can't tell me there wasn't any of this stuff. That's a white bag of it, all right? You can't tell me there wasn't any of this stuff in the White House that day while the demon, the MAGA demon, was inside of Donald Trump, right? All right, Donald Trump, I'm so sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the evidence. It's either Donald Trump's or his son Don Jr.'s, all right? If you got questions, you can go look it up yourself. But the internet has spoken, and it is now time to make sure we rest this case by planting it squarely on Donald Trump and his administration, all right? Am I right, Superwoman? It's his, because you can't tell me that Donald Trump did this stuff while he was sober. Come on, MAGA, think about this. Use your brains. All right. All right, I got to be quick because you know TikTok doesn't like it when you talk about that, all right? My next topic is this. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. There may be a superseding indictment for Trump's social media guy, right? There's indictments, yeah. Don't you love it? Listen, MAGA, I see there's some dissension in the comments. Once again, Ange, I'm so sorry that you're working hard with these Trump supporters. Listen up, MAGA.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
thank you.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
That's for you, Trump supporters. And let me ask the question while we got, a decent amount of folks in here. is there anybody forcing Donald Trump and MAGA to stay in the United States? By a show of hands, raise your hands if you're forcing MAGA to stay in the United States. Can I get a show of hands? Anyone? No one. No. I don't see any hands. You see this, and they're saying no. No one's forcing MAGA to stay here. Does anyone want them to stay here? Just a little? Does anybody out there want MAGA to be here? No. You see, MAGA? That's why I tell you to sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. Because you're not wanted. Trump's social media guru may be forced to spill the beans on his boss if Jenna Ellis' testimony is any indication. Dan Scavino, the former president's deputy chief of staff who rose to power from picking golf clubs as a caddy, may be forced to disclose confidential conversations or directives as part of the fact-gathering efforts by prosecutors. Oh, it may very well be that there's a superseding indictment with his name with his name on it, so that he will be indicted in an indicted defendant. All right, this is what one of these expert prosecutors are saying. A subpoena. We're not completely beyond subpoena phase of the case because prosecutors, even after they return initial indictments, can continue to use the grand jury, continue to use subpoena power to investigate others who have not yet been charged. But it really does feel like both in Georgia and D.C., at least, with respect to the first Donald Trump criminal trial, we are in the chute of moving towards trial in the grand jury investigation piece and the opportunity to use subpoenas in sort of this rear view mirror at this point. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Jack Smith a round of applause, right?
Jack Smith.
And let's give Donald Trump a round of boos of shame, ladies and gentlemen, because it's just going to get worse for him and his supporters. Let's give them all some boos of shame. Get him out of here. Keep on. Subpoena Jack Smith. Subpoena them all. Do what you wish, Jack Smith. Listen, Jack Smith, Fonnie Willis, Letitia James, Alvin Bragg. I'll close my eyes. I'll do like this. Do whatever you want to Donald Trump and his family and the other criminals. Do it. I won't care. I won't say a thing. I really don't care. They tried to destroy this beautiful country. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're rounding the corner. It's time to get ready to open up these boxes, all right? But before I do, you know what we got to talk about? Nothing. One of the things that I like to talk about on my platform is things that are going on in which we find MAGA being held accountable, right? So the first story is this. Here we go. A California man charged with threatening to unalive President Biden wins a new trial delay. And if you want to know what this gentleman looks like, here you go. There he is right there. All right, add that to your Trump supporter yearbook. All right, add that to it. Oh my God. This MAGA demon, I tell you folks, this MAGA demon is doing a number. As you can see, it doesn't discriminate, right? That MAGA demon, it doesn't care which vessel it occupies. Once it finds itself, inside of you. You ever seen those movies? Michael Jackson. You ever seen Michael Jackson Thriller? Remember at the beginning when they was walking and then the moon shined and then he went down and then what's going on? And he says, "Get away." That's what happens when that MAGA demon jumps into these vassals of transgression. They're possessed. Okay, listen to this story. A California man charged with threatening to unalive President Biden. He won a delay in his trial until February as lawyers in the case discussed a possible plea agreement. MAGA always has to go for the plea agreement route because the conviction route is something else. A federal judge in Iowa issued an order Monday putting the trial off for Kuka Brilliant Shong until I butchered that name because I don't speak the language that well, and I do apologize. No offense, all right? Until February 5th in Council Bluffs with a deadline of January 5th. All right, Zhang agreed to a deal that would avoid trial. He doesn't want to go to trial. The court will not accept a plea agreement that dismisses counts or provides a specific sentence after that date. Now listen to the backstory. This gentleman, a 27-year-old Merced grocery clerk, he's 27 years old, a grocery clerk, who was arrested as he drove across the country with an AR-15 in his car and a GPS set for directions to the White House, had been ordered to go to trial on December 4th unless he agreed to plead guilty to some charges by November 2nd. This gentleman has been in custody and arrested December 21st, 2021, and at one point lawyers indicated he would pursue the insanity defense. And ladies and gentlemen, for the record, he has been found competent to stand trial. So join me in giving this deranged, MAGA-possessed Trump supporter a round of boos and shame. And since good morning, Shay. And since he got a trip to prison, you know what we do. And they hate me that I do this, but I'm going to do it because it sends a point home. Let's send him off the old-fashioned way. You disgust me. You've allowed the MAGA demon to play you. And now look at you. You look ridiculous. Throwing your life away for an orange clown that wears a diaper. MAGA, this one is yours. This is not the Democrats. This is not the FBI. This is yours. This is one of yours, MAGA. Own him. Own him. Wear your badge with honor. And sit your special behind down in that prison cell with the rest of the Trump supporters, all right? You want to fight? You can fight all right, but you ain't going to be fighting for what you think you're fighting for, right? All right. All right, and we got one more story, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, this MAGA demon, it's definitely doing quite the number, all right? Florida man who manufactured a fake Trump pardon will serve 35 years in prison for fraud and a unaliving for hire plot. All right, would you like to see what this MAGA demon looks like, ladies and gentlemen? Would you like to see? Okay, and to the Trump supporters, I'm doing this because I want you to understand this is what you look like to the majority of Americans. These are your friends. They're not mine. I would never, ever hang out with these folks. I could smell them a mile away and nope. Here we go. Let's look at this MAGA-possessed demon right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. Here we go. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Oh, I know. There he is. I know. Hold on. But listen. Hold on before we get into boo. A Florida con man who once manufactured a fake federal pardon allegedly signed by Donald Trump will reportedly serve more than 3 decades. 3 decades in prison for a slew of crimes, including fraud and unaliving for hire. Look at this guy. You can see the MAGA demon face scrunched up, eyes set, got a little red in them, pupils completely dilated, and wearing that orange color. That's full-fledged MAGA demon mode right here. Level 10, in the game you got to level up. He's leveled up. Oh, he's having the time of his life. He's fighting for Trump. All right. Alexander, we're going to call him Lazinski. Guess he's tied to Russia. He's 25 years old, of North Reddington Beach, tried to steal millions through a cornucopia of fraudulent schemes, then wanted to hire a hitman to unalive two government witnesses against him. MAGA, this is your guy. When the government caught and seized $337,000. Oh, he was jugging from one of his accounts. The sneaky fraudster concocted another harebrained plot, claimed that Donald Trump let him off the hook. This is what... Oh, you off the hook, sir. You really are. When he discovered that the money had been frozen, he attempted to have it released by producing a fabricated pardon, purportedly signed by former President Donald Trump. The U.S. Attorney General office said after his arrest. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The feds did not buy it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know I got to open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in here. Join me in giving Alexander something Chowski, I don't know, a round of booze and shame, because not only did he commit crime, but he tried to get off by using the signature of the worst criminal in United States history. Let's give him his booze and shame. This is MAGA for you. Strong MAGA forces at work. And since he's earned more than 3 decades in prison, which is the ultimate Trump supporter gift, since he's gotten those 3 months in prison, let's send him off the old-fashioned way. Get him out of here. You're a disgusting individual. I do hope that while you're in prison, you repent truly for your crimes. And you denounce Donald Trump and MAGA. All right? I really do hope you do, because you know where I stand. If you're a Trump supporter, there's only 2 options: jail or hell. You definitely are in jail. So what hell's next? You're not that smart, MAGA. Look at this guy. He's such a loser. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the morning part of the show. Let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box. All right. It's like my grandmother always says, you want to tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. And MAGA, I want you to understand, do not pretend like you are victims in this live broadcast, MAGA. You're not victims. You're traitors, all right? You're harassers and abusers as far as I'm concerned. The only thing I want to hear from MAGA is Zeus and the United States of America. I'm sorry. Why am I sorry? I'm sorry because I drugged the country through all of this nonsense, because I continue to support a guy that wears a diaper and paints himself orange. I'm so sorry I drugged my families through all of this. Yeah, that's the only reason I want to hear from MAGA. Other than that, sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. All right, ladies and good friend Nutty Professor, welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody in the kingdom?
We're doing all right. How about you?
So another day above ground is a great day, my friend.
All right. Tell them. No.
So here's what's interesting, Zeus.
What's that?
We have these Trump supporters who claim to be patriots, who claim to love the country, who claim to be, America. Okay.
Right.
But yet they're supporting one person who has called for the what the suspension of the Constitution,
Right.
who has incited people to an insurrection. Obviously, I'm just repeating stuff we already know, who has been indicted 4 times with 90 plus criminal felony charges.
Right.
But here's the thing that he's on trial for right now in the state of New York. This man is a bona fide crook, which listen, the American people knew this when they voted for him in 2016.
Right.
They knew this because he has a record, right?
Right. A record, a serious one.
Yeah, he had a record. So the egg is on our face, meaning the voters, the people who put him in office. The egg is on our face as the voters. But this man continues to lie, cheat, and steal.
Correct.
For instance, I'm just going to go through his properties.
Uh-oh.
7 Springs. The appraised value at 7 Springs is $30 million, which is a lot of money, right?
Right.
But yet his appraised value that they came up with is anywhere from 261 to 291 million.
What?
Now listen, I said the appraised value, meaning a certified appraiser appraised it at $30 million, right?
Right.
Okay, so let me move on. 40 Wall Street. It is appraised at $540 million. He appraised it at $735.4 million.
What's a couple million? That's not a big deal.
That's a couple $100 million. Mar-a-Lago, where he resides, it's appraised anywhere from 18 million to 27.6 million.
Okay, yeah. What did he do with that?
He appraised it at 426.5 to $612 million.
Oh, what's that? Just add an extra 0 and a 1. That's it.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal. We do that all the time.
I got 3 more because I feel my help coming. Briarcliff, appraised at $16.5 million. He decided, oh no, I think it's worth $73.4 million.
Not a big
deal.
The
National Golf Club, it's appraised at $16 million. He felt like, oh no, it's got to be at least $56.6 million.
What about Hunter Biden?
Last but not least, Park Avenue. Park Avenue, this is the lowest appraisal of all his properties, appraised at $750,000. Now that really slapped him in the face because they're only appraising at $62,500 per unit. Right?
Yeah.
So that really slapped him. So he appraised it at more than 700%.
Oh my God.
Let me say that again, Zeus. 700% more than what the official appraiser appraised it for. But yet you MAGA demons,
tell them, Nutty,
you want to sit there and say he's done nothing wrong. He shouldn't be a defendant. He shouldn't be in court. They're just coming after him because they hate him. These numbers, you're stealing from the American people. You stole from the people of New York. You stole from the government.
Right.
But yet you claim to be the party of law and order.
No, they're not.
If you're the party of law and order, you would have paid these doggone taxes. You would have not appraised it at something else higher than the valuation of your properties just to get more money.
Yeah. And they're gonna say they say the bank approved it, Nutty. Can you speak to that for these folks that didn't graduate before you get up out of here?
Because
Jesus
you know
Christ.
What? They're correct. They're correct, Zeus. So the bank did approve it. But see, this is on the bank. So it's not only on Donald Trump, but it's on the bank too. It's on the bank too, because I don't want to hear the bank crying, because valuations like this, they should have. I have this saying: I trust but verify.
Right.
So it is on the bank as well.
And the banks reserve the right, once this is all settled, to go after Donald Trump too.
They do, but in this case, I hope they're not allowed to.
No. I mean, listen, you hope that, but I want them to.
Well,
I get it.
The reason I say that is because they didn't do their due diligence because of who he was, because of who he is. They didn't do their due diligence because all they saw was money signs. They're like, okay, this is an opportunity for us to make money too. So two crooks in the same single car, to hell with the bank.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well,
Thank you
listen.
for letting me up, sir.
No problem, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give our good friend Nutty a round of applause. And by the way, our good friend James yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, he said, Zeus, make sure you let the folks that show you love in the kingdom. Make sure they know. Go ahead and donate to a charity instead if you want. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because we can't just do what we do. All right, it just show that we're winning. All right, so if you are into supporting charities or if you have a charity, please let Zeus know you do that so I can bring you up and let others contribute. All right, because that does matter, especially as we are going into the holiday season. All right, we can do a lot of good with our platforms on social media. All right, as much as this is entertaining, ladies and gentlemen, and informative, there is other things going on behind the scene that help others out as well, okay? And even though I'm very critical of Donald Trump and MAGA, I still have I'm still a down-to-earth nice person, right? All right? And now I did see what you said, it's your baby daddy, that I don't let opposition up in the box. I do, but in the closet of truth. The morning show is a sacred place for truth only. And see, what happens is, if you can't get in the box and really be agreeable and admit you're wrong when you're wrong, it's really not in the best interest of the show. What I wanted, but I would love to, but I could just tell right now, and I've seen you in other lives. There's a lot more work you got to do on yourself right now in terms of being able to, number one, be centered emotionally, and be ready to your time's up. Be ready to engage in civil discourse. All right. So let's bring up our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who do we got this morning? Good morning, Miss Boss Diva.
Good morning, my sweetheart. How are you, Zeus?
Hello. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing very good, I can actually say. But it's interesting how you have twisted the show a little bit by introducing these MAGAs that's been, earning them some good jail time. I find that that's very informative.
Yeah.
One of the MAGAs in the comments asked, well, who is that? Like, well, he's one of your fellow MAGAs that decided to go and do something stupid.
Right.
And go to jail as a result of that. And that's where you're going to go too, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You keep supporting Trump. You guys don't understand that, it's a psychological thing. You know what I mean? You got to be able to, like Zeus said, you got to center your emotions, yo.
Yeah.
Y'all out there really, really angry.
Yeah.
And we can see it. We can tell. Y'all basically set the temperature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, you guys are angry. If we dancing, if we singing, if we happy, you guys do not like when we are happy. And that's really sad. You know what I mean? Who want to live amongst people like y'all? Take Nutty up on his offer, please. Please do that. Take Nutty up on his offer and go to Russia and live your life under dictatorship like you want to do.
Right.
Stop making the rest of us miserable because we sick and tired of your BS, okay?
No lies detected.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Superwoman. Shout out to Union Gang. Represent Union Gang.
Shout out.
I came, I had to have them come through. We love you, Zeus. We love what you do. You have your approach. You're very effective. You're very smart, very intelligent. And that's why they got jungle fever, because they want some of that. They want to experience some of that. They want that to rub off on them in the best way, right?
They got to lay there and burn. Look, you can look, but don't you dare touch, all right? And I mean that.
Nina, shout out Queen. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy out there with MAGA. Yeah. I mean, Union Gang has had to get really, really creative because they are really in their feelings. Tears are real and they flow for show.
Oh my God, that's a bar. That's a lick right there.
That's a bar there, Zeus.
Yeah.
Don't be in there.
Why are they so upset though? I mean, aren't they winning?
Well, according to Snuggles, I mean, Snuggles the only one running around here talking about that they winning. I don't really see nobody else going in people's lives. I mean, you know, none of them other MAGAs going in people's lives talking about we winning. He is the only knucklehead running around here with that, you know, craziness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like the Kraken. What are you doing? What you trying to do? It's the Kraken, Snuggles. You know what I mean? You don't
get him, Miss Boss
You don't get no respect in these TikTok streets, man. Let me just say, let me put that out there too. You know,
he better focus on his health.
He better. That's what I was gonna say.
Getting right with the good Lord.
Okay,
that's it. That's his only assignment. All right,
better go get baptized or something. You know, some holy water or something, dude. Something.
Tell him it's fun.
Shout out, Heaven. Thank you, baby. But I'm telling you, boy, that's some crazy shit. I'm sorry.
I got you.
I'm sorry, Zeus. I can't help myself sometimes.
I know.
But MAGA is really like on another level, and it blows your mind in a way, because it's like, wow, people can actually have enough time on their hands to, you know, do all of that and just be, you know, malice with it and evil.
Tell him.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. You guys got it. I'm sorry, Rick C. I'm going to try to keep it clean. Actually, I'm finna get up out of here because I heard my bell. But I do love you, Zeus, and I'll see you around the kingdom. You know that.
All right. I will see you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. No lies detected. It's like my grandmother always says, tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, I see that there's some dissension in the comment section. All right, I really do. And listen,
if you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Exactly, MAGA. That's you. No one's forcing you to be here. All right. So, yo, baby daddy.
What up, Zeus?
Yeah, I see you're in the comments and you're piping up quite a bit.
Oh, piping up. What is? Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, regardless, listen. You're whenever you start up your broadcast, you go through like recent stories or whatever the case is.
Right.
The only question I have for you is, how many people in swing states are going to cast their ballot on any of the stories you talked about?
That's a very interesting question. Did you see the recent results of the special election?
Wait, let's not answer a question with a question.
Well, there's no way I could give you a...
What percentage of people you think...
This is a MAGA demon right here.
Oh, God.
So I'm trying to answer your question. And
with a question? But go ahead.
No. Because let's just be clear. I can't give you a concrete number. That would be impossible, right?
I'm asking for your opinion. Do you think it's 2%, 5%?
Oh,
10%?
so you want a percentage. Well, why didn't you say you wanted a percentage? See, you got to ask the right questions.
I believe my exact question was, what percentage of
No, that wasn't. Voters? You said how many people.
Okay.
So you get the problem with the question.
All right. What percentage of swing voters are going to cast their ballot based on anything that you have talked about today?
Enough of a percentage of voters will.
Is it?
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Because this is the question I've been waiting to ask a Trump supporter. You're a Trump supporter, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Yes, finally got you. So,
all right, we have go ahead.
Yeah. And you believe Donald Trump did an excellent job running the country during his first term?
I said in your comments earlier, I know your comments go by quick, but I said Trump lost re-election because he fucked up COVID.
Wait. Now you got to keep it clean. All
clean.
Hold on. Let me get
virgin ears.
Well, I got a different kind of audience in mind.
Yeah, no.
All right.
But I have said multiple times, Trump did not get reelected. I think the number one reason was because he messed up COVID.
Okay. So you don't believe the election was stolen?
No, I think there was a lot of weird things that happened, but for me to sit here, hold on, let me finish.
Okay, I didn't know you
I
thought
think
like that.
there was a lot of weird stuff that happened, but I have no concrete evidence that the election was stolen from Trump. No, absolutely not.
Well, then let's go on. And can I ask you another question then?
Absolutely.
Who do you think is responsible for January 6th?
Zeus, I think we've had this conversation, and I think
you're being truthful now.
But no. Hold on. We've had this. I've been in. This is the third time I've been in your beam. The second one.
Well, sometimes things change.
No, I said.
Listen, we don't got much time. Get straight to it. Let's get straight to it.
I said then, and I'll say now. Trump's ego got in the way, and it was his fault.
Oh.
For inciting nonsense. Now, was it exaggerated on how the media has covered it? Absolutely.
Well, when you say it was his fault, you agree he planned it, right?
Did he plan January 6th happening the way that he did? I can't speak to that.
Oh, but here you go. Well, I thought we were getting somewhere on your baby daddy. I thought we were, but you made some progress since we've last talked. I'll give you that. But you got a little more work to do.
Listen. You are doing a disservice to, and I've said this to a couple of people that are in your broadcast, that you're talking about things that nobody is going to vote on. Okay. What Jenna Ellis says, nobody cares.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to move it on.
Let's get better at that, Zeus. Okay. Let's get better at talking about things that matter to voters.
Got it.
All right. Let's get better at that.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on, all right?
I appreciate you, Zeus.
All right, I appreciate you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give baby daddy a round of booze and shame, okay? Let's give it to him. All right? He deserves it. Thank you. You know, at least he got in the box and was, he was controlling the MAGA demon in, right? All right, but I want to say this, I got to say it when he's out of the box so that we don't end up arguing. Your baby daddy, listen up. And I want you to listen to me very clear. The American people do care about January 6th. That's the reason that they don't want to see Trump in the White House. Do you get it? That's not going to be something that we sweep under the rug, champ. I want you to care about January 6th. Why don't you care? See, and again, if we were in the closet of truth, I'd have did the dance with you, but I gotta move it on. I'd have pushed back a lot more, but I gotta move on. I wanted to give you your opportunity to at least show you can survive 3 minutes in the morning show, okay? But be honest with yourself. The American people, we care about January 6th, and we care about all these social justice issues that are going on, and we also care about a lot of the policies. We care about immigration, we care about crime, we care about women's reproductive freedoms, all of those things. Okay, and we can care about all of them at the same time. You're not going to try to say, well, focus on immigration and ignore the threat of Donald Trump. Absolutely not. Have you lost your mind? Why am I asking questions I already know the answer to? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next guest. See, ladies and gentlemen, listen. This is what we do. Good morning, Cece Bear. How are you doing?
Good morning, honey. How are you doing?
I'm all right, but why did you change your name to Cece Bear?
Because I'm the mama bear, okay? I'm the mama bear. I'm not the Russian bears.
Oh, okay. I thought you were somehow trying to be affiliated.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm the mama bear on Zeus's Live. And don't forget it.
Okay. You twisted my arm. You got me. All right,
and don't come in here trying to tell Zeus how to run his show.
Oh,
Zeus runs his show the way Zeus wants to run his show, and there's not going to be one person, not one, to come up here and say, oh, you need to do this. Well, I tell you what you can do, baby daddy, or whoever you are. You can go do your own live.
Oh,
you can go do your own research.
Oh,
okay? And then you can bring us up to talk.
Right.
Okay, so don't be telling my Zeus what to do. Zeus works hard. He works hard for this kingdom. Jeff, I see you out there, love. I see you, Jeffrey.
We see you, Jeff. We see you. All right. And CC, while Jeff is here, could you tell him he's not the most? I'm going to pause it for a second. Could you tell him he's not the most handsome and attractive?
That was going to be part of my.
Okay, please get it. Let's get this cleared up.
I want to say to Jeff, I appreciate you. You bring me up in your lives. You allow me to talk. But honey, you're not the most handsome. I'm sorry. My Zeus is. Jeff, you're second, okay? Maybe third, but right now, Zeus has it. Zeus is the man. Okay.
Thank you.
Zeus is the man.
Yep,
and what do you think is what's going to happen in 3 days and 13 hours and 10 minutes, buddy?
You're talking about the shutdown that there's.
Yes, I am.
I'm very hopeful. I hear the Democrats are considering the approach and are it might work out.
Well, he was just up. The speaker was just up there talking this morning. I didn't listen to what he had to say. But come Friday. It's the deadline. And then what happens after that?
What's that?
They go on a break for 10 days. That's all they do is take breaks. What have they done?
Yeah.
What have they done?
What has the House accomplished since they took over?
Nothing.
What about, didn't they impeach President Biden? Did they impeach him?
Impeach him?
Did they?
What did he do?
They found the dirt on Hunter Biden. They got to him. I know they did.
Oh, it just drives them crazy. But guess what? From what I understand, the pew charges were dropped.
Oh.
Okay? Yeah, so get over yourself, move on, and, come to reality, people.
Thank you.
Trump's going down. And I just want to say this. Thank you, James. James, I had the pleasure of meeting James last night, a wonderful man. Right. I look forward to getting a Zeus one day.
Yeah.
What else? There was something else, and I just lost my train of thought.
Have you ran into our?
No, it was being in Jeff's wife last night, and what you did to Stacy.
What did I do? What did I do to that Russian bear, our friend Stacy Bear? What did I do to her?
You had her. She was delirious. She was so mad when you were describing. When you were describing, I had tears. I had tears, buddy.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Listen, she tried to, her defense tactic, if you watch National Geographic and these channels, every animal has a defense strategy, right? and the Stacy Bear, its defense strategy is to bombard you with questions in order to kind of get you off of them. Yep. Right? And these were questions that I knew she knew. Yep. She was in the live when the bear reference was used. Cut it out, Stacy.
And she goes to YouTube for the news, and then somebody's saying, well, Zeus puts his on YouTube. Well, I've already listened to Zeus, okay?
Okay. I can't.
Yeah, go to YouTube. Y'all, if you want the news, go to YouTube. That's where you're going to get the news.
Cut it out, Cece. All right, well, listen, I got to move it on.
Cece. I love you. I love the kingdom.
All right, I love you too. All right, we're going to get it right, and we're going to make sure we keep MAGA at bay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Cece Bear. You see that, yo, baby daddy? You see how the results are coming in? You don't understand it. That's great. But trust me, millions of people all across this country do. They see what's happening here. This truth is getting in every corner, every nook and cranny of these United States, and folks are saying, we're done with MAGA. Period. All right, let's bring up our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Our good friend, Brother Attacking.
Well, to be honest, we do get some video from YouTube from the news, so
right.
It's only a posting place. They don't make videos, but anyway,
tell them to tag you.
When we make videos about Trump, we don't have to use fake voices to make him be saying something he didn't say.
Correct.
But it seems like Trump lovers have to make videos with Joe Biden and things being said or him saying all fake.
Really?
So I came across the video. I think his name's Toilet Paper Guy.
Oh my
Making
gosh!
another,
Is he still around?
Yeah.
Oh,
He hasn't changed his name to like a real good brand of toilet paper like Angel Soft or anything like that. It's still that Snuggle stuff.
wow!
But anyway,
I hear he's having a hard time on his platform. So I
I'm
think
seeing
he's taking a break.
possibly maybe
Yeah.
a well-deserved one, but I guess a hockey team from Vegas was at the White House and giving him a jersey and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they just made up some stuff. But stop doing that. Why do we use truth and they have to use lies?
Because that cult demon, that MAGA demon, I guess. I'm not an expert at what they do, but
yeah.
But you read Cassidy Hutchinson's book, right?
I'm the one who played it on my page. I played the entire book.
Right. And did you recall how hard she was describing it was to get out of that MAGA cult, right?
Yeah, it was really hard. It's a really sad story about her and her father too, and stuff like that. But the poor girl, very like one of her very first jobs, and she's caught up in a case like this where a president wants to stay in as a dictator.
Wow.
What a life story, right?
Yeah.
That's
terrible.
Yeah, I mean, she'll have stories for her grandkids, But the thing is, with the videos that are coming out with Jenna Ellis, and Sidney Powell, they're saying, "Oh, they leaked them. Georgia leaked them." Well, no, we don't know that because Trump's team has it also.
That's right. It's part of the discovery.
It's part of the discovery, and the thing is this. The information that's coming out, they're playing it off like it doesn't mean anything. It does mean things. Trump was told he lost. Sidney Powell was there where he was told that he lost. Using fake electors to try to change things. These are all bits of information, proof, and evidence that is going to convict Donald J. Trump and put him in jail. The first president in history trying to overturn a free and fair election using lies that people, idiots, want to keep on lying for him. Stop lying for him. I mean, you literally have, there's that Dave guy who, that's
the Democrat for Trump.
Yeah, the Democrat for Trump. He actually, honestly, 1,000% believes every word he says. And Fax was telling him yesterday that his sister, who just passed away, called Trump out, saying, he's a horrible person, he lies, he's dishonest, blah blah blah.
Tell him.
And he literally says, "I don't believe that she said it."
Wow.
Trump's own sister, he listened to her own voice, says, "I don't believe it. Trump didn't do anything wrong, and this is fake."
Wow. And again, what baffles me and why we have to speak the way we do to MAGA is because they were never boots on the ground with Donald Trump. They've never smelled Trump's diaper, right?
No.
But yet the people who were boots on the ground, they tell us those people don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
And still, the thing is, every witness is a Republican Trump-loving witness at one time. Yep. All right, I'll drop. Everybody be good. Everybody be safe.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it to Brother Attacking. No lies detected. Am I right? Are we getting them, Superwoman? These folks know. MAGA, listen, if you weren't there, you can't talk like you were there. Your information, as you would like to say, like you tell us, is secondhand at best, right? So when you hear people who have first-hand account experience and information about what happened because they were there, you are not in a position to tell them that they are lying or they're not credible. You're not, because you're not them, number one. And then number two, this is happening under oath. These folks are they are telling the truth to our criminal justice system, making sure it is documented for the history books once and for all what happened when Donald Trump lost. You weren't there, they were. Case closed. And you could keep making excuses as much as you want, and that's not going to save you. Not one single bit. All right? You know, I tried that when I was growing up, and it didn't work. I still got a whooping. Good morning, Shay.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, I had all the best excuses.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm a vocabulary villain. I know how to throw some big words out and try to throw people off. Oh, no. Did you check the incline on that angle? Still got a whooping.
Of course, we all try it, but the point of when you grow up to be an adult, you realize what works and what doesn't work. The sad thing between Trump, I don't think he ever learned that it doesn't work. I mean, it's worked for him so far because he's got money to pay off people and do stuff, right?
Right.
And so baby daddy, is he still in the chat?
Oh, baby daddy, he's probably still there, or he
baby daddy, I have a question for you. So he effed up COVID, okay? Which I applaud you for recognizing that.
Right.
So when you say he effed up COVID, so you understand that he knew it was a deadly virus, yet proceeded to lie. So that caused many of the people that trusted him to pass away, correct?
Right.
And I guess you're okay with that. That he's willing to do that. So I find that interesting. That you still support him, yet you know what he did with the COVID. That's fascinating to me. Another reason I find it fascinating is you're aware he knew he lost. You knew the election wasn't stolen, but yet he continues to lie about the fact the election was stolen. He tried to stay in power at all costs.
Right.
That is coming out tremendously. So when you sit here and you question Zeus about the topics that he covers and how that is going to matter to the American voters, I find that very fascinating because here's the thing. It does matter to us. It matters to us that we would never want a man like that in the White House that would not care about the lives of American people in order to stay in power, not care about our Constitution or our government in order to stay in power. Cares about himself. So riddle me this. Why in the world do you still support this narcissistic, dictatorial, authoritarian, orange man?
No lies.
Make it make sense. And if it's because of your gas prices, seek help.
You see somebody put it in the comments, Shay, while you were talking. They said, what did they say? I lived better and cheaper with Trump as my president. So did you.
No, I didn't. And here's the thing. That's so disgusting to me that even if I could save an extra couple of $100 a month under Trump, it would never replace the fact that I would never want a man like that ever in the White House. It matters to me more that I have a leader that cares about all Americans, no matter if they vote red or blue, no matter if they're fat or skinny, no matter if they're white or black, no matter if they're gay or straight. That's what matters to me more than me being able to save a couple $100 a month. Period. End of story. If it matters to me more, I'll work harder.
Amen.
I'll get an extra job.
Amen.
I'll save things. I'll not buy things for a month or two. I will do what I need to do, but I will protect this country. I will protect our Constitution to the end of my day. I'm not willing to support anybody so that I can buy a Louis Vuitton bag at the end of the year. Give me a break.
Amen.
Save me with your preposterousness. I cannot with you people. So, number one, if you still support that man, baby daddy, you share with us who you really are. You're a selfish voter.
Wow.
You do not care. Stop. Don't ever refer to yourself as a patriot ever again. Because you're not. Because you're not.
He's not.
No, and that's why I wanted to say to that. And yeah, it's interesting watching these.
Tell him, Shay.
These taped interviews coming out.
Yeah.
With Jenna and the old crazy woman. Yeah, the Kraken like he knew he lost.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to listen to anybody. He only wants yes men to come in and talk to him. Yeah.
Do you think that these folks, some of them may have been truly fearful to leave MAGA, and that may be why they went along with these crimes?
Yeah, Yeah, I think that the power of the president is very intoxicating for a lot of people, right?
Yep.
You can get into an administration and it sets you up for quite a bit of your life.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to have on your resume. It's great. So I think for a lot of people, they sell their souls because they're obviously taking care of themselves. And that's what happens. They think there's such a mechanism around the way that nobody will ever find out the truth. So then they stay in it until they realize, oh, okay, yeah, this didn't work very much for me. And I do believe that people like that, especially the Kraken, they're crazy in the head already, right? I mean, you got to have a little craziness and a little bit of that kind of stuff. And for Jenna Ellis, sadly, she's an attorney. She's got some brain in her head, but she's not willing to use it very well. So,
fair enough.
After around and found out, didn't you?
They did.
God's going to get you one way or another. You might be able to get away with something for a little bit because that always happens, but eventually you're going to get caught up. The IRS is going to be knocking on your door. The government's going to be knocking on your door. Things are going to happen. It's just your boss somebody's going to find out. So just understand you might get away with things for a little bit. And that's Trump. He's gotten away with this for a long time. Because he figured out a way not to have email, not to actually say, I need you to do this. So that nobody can say he said him. He has figured this out for a very, very long time. And after a while, when people start to get in trouble and they don't want to go to prison for you. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, all of a sudden they figure a way to stay out of prison, right? If that means telling on, that means I gotta snitch, I'm gonna snitch.
I'm gonna snitch all I can. All right, my friend, I'll let you go. Thanks, everyone. Everyone have a fantastic day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. No lies detected. It's like my grandmother always says. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Listen, yo, baby daddy, I didn't see you responding. Maybe you left already because you didn't want to hear any more truth. But I want you to know the thing is you don't think Americans care about, you're sadly, you're wrong. We care about them. All right, let's bring up our good friend, Yazzie. Good morning, Yazzie. How are you? Beautiful, Yazzie. Nice coat over there. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go out, and it's cold. I have some patients.
Oh my God.
Do some nursing today, but yeah, I'm like, what's it? Of course, all these stories that you're telling us mean something to us voters. We need to hear the hypocrisy, the dangerous lies, the lies. I mean, you got to if you keep telling it, because it's like Trump says, if you keep telling lies, they'll believe your lies. Yeah. Well, you got to keep spreading the truth in the kingdom of truth.
Amen.
Okay? I was even shocked. First of all, I don't know who this guy thought, baby, whatever he is, could tell King Zeus what to do in his kingdom. Oh my God, I was like,
that's that MAGA demon. That MAGA demon makes them think they can do that.
And I don't know what these people with gas, because I mean, like, I got my receipt better so I could show you what gas looks like. Let me put up a receipt real quick.
We got receipts. And the gas prices are coming down, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I don't know where they're like, oh, gas is cheap. If you don't have cheap gas, where are you getting it? Go somewhere else to get your gas.
Probably from a Trump gas station, right?
Yeah, he's probably grifting you for some taxes or something, okay?
The Trump tax plan at the pump, right? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's still too low. I never can get it just right. I'm so sorry. I don't know if y'all
I see 185 gallons.
280 gallons is what I bought. That's just my personal home tank, and down there it says I got for $2.80.
Tell them.
Farmers Co-op gas, and I have to pay a delivery fee. I do pay delivery. Well, they also bring me my diesel fuel.
Tell them.
We do a clear diesel, so we do not pollute the interstates when we're driving. We have a clear diesel, and then we get to use red diesel when we're out at home in our fields. Okay. This is the last week of corn harvest. I'm just working yesterday and today, and so we're down to the wire, everybody. It's going to get done hopefully we're done Saturday, maybe a half a day Sunday, but I'm hoping this is it and we're done, because I'm a little
Union
tired.
Gang. Oh my God.
Yes, please. He is out there fighting that fight for all of us. Union
Union gang,
gang.
shout out. Union gang in the
Yes,
building.
he is a king too. He in his kingdom, he is a king, and he is fighting for all of you guys. And he is a veteran, and he is also like Zeus. He is telling the truth, and they have been trying to take us down. I was on there. They flagged me for being like mean and rude, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wasn't mean
Yeah,
and rude, but
they do that
they
when the
want
truth
they
when
didn't
the
want to
truth
hear the
starts
truth.
floating, Yazzie, they'll do that.
But Union, thank you, Boss Diva, Superwoman, Teddy. I mean, even Shay today, Nutty attacking. Oh my God, attacking. Thank you so much for all that you do. And even when he did read us those books,
Tell
we
them.
have I am. Y'all haven't seen me in my hat, and actually, I try not to
Tell
talk
them,
a country
Yazzie.
accent,
Oh my
but
God.
yes. So
Tell them,
thank you,
Yazzie.
Zeus. And I want to straighten. You are the most handsome, most humble, most honest. Come on,
Thank you.
people. We all know this, okay?
No
He
lie.
is our Triple H. He is our
Right?
Triple H.
Dang.
Okay?
Tell them, Yazzie. Nutty, that's for you. Because there's some dissension in the comments still when Nutty gets around. I got to make sure.
Straight
Straight
facts too.
facts?
I mean, you
Wow.
guys watch Straight Facts in the morning. She has a great show. She's on when I'm actually like getting equipment ready, so I can't. My signal never stays long enough. If I'm Zeus, you're kind of the perfect time. I have to catch a little later before I can drive closer to home. I literally have to drive closer to home to get to hear your program. But
I
today I
know.
got to be marvelous. But
It's an
thank you for
honor to
opening
have
that
you.
YouTube. I appreciate you uploading this to YouTube. But follow all these great content creators, guys. They're fighting the fight for all of us. They're gonna help us. We got to get these Trumpers out of here. We got to get these racist MAGA demons who are gerrymandering the crap out of the states that they can't win anymore, people. They can't win this. And the only thing they're going to do, they think that because Trump has so far not gotten away, I mean, we're going to get him, but that they're going to try the court systems, put more judges. You guys, we need to fight this fight. You guys need to talk to your representatives, your senators. If you don't know, I think there's an app that I was going to share that I had figured out too, but maybe Zeus can share another day on a cause of truth, because people, you guys need to know who they are. And you guys, even if they don't return your call, they know that you call, and they have to document that stuff. And you keep calling. They're going to one day like, oh, they're not liking this. And let's vote them out.
All
But
right.
y'all know it. This is a country girl. Okay. I actually can't wear hats because my head's I have a size 8 head.
Oh, 5 Calls app. April says it's called 5 Calls app. Okay.
There you go. 5 calls.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. Oh my gosh.
April.
Yes. And I mean, I already knew mine. Like, we got Hickenlooper. He was the governor. He used to be the governor for Colorado. But now we have Jared Polis, who is a gay man, married, and Jewish.
All right.
But he cares about everybody. But thank you. I took too much time. I love you guys. You guys,
All right.
Zeus, thank you, Triple H.
Thank you, Yazzie.
So handsome, Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
All right. No lies detected. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, it's always amazing when the beautiful Yazzie graces us in the kingdom with her beauty and her experience and her knowledge. You keep up the great work you're doing on that farm, Yazzie, and maybe one day we will all come and visit you. All right, let's give her a round of applause. Those John Deere are saving the lives of many Americans all across this country. All right, let's bring up we got one more guest after this, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will wrap it up. All right. Good morning, Dark Bamba. Hello, how are you?
Good morning, Truth Collector.
Hey, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, I'm picturing you with a keychain full of truths on it. So here's a good one for you.
Talk to us.
So while we were online here, flash goes across the screen and 3.9 inflation rate.
Hey!
3.9. The goal is 2. But people, it's going to get better. It's always rough before it gets better.
Tell them.
We've been through hell. And for once, let's get this, let's get this budget fixed.
Yeah.
And then let a president ride with it.
Tell him.
He is doing such a great job, guys. when it comes to international relations, we're all upset. We're all upset. We know he's human. He's upset too.
Yeah.
You know, but guess what?
What's
Our
that?
kids are not at war.
And
Our
that's big.
husbands are not at war.
Mm.
And who goes to war first?
Tell them.
Yeah, you know, it's the low income minorities. That's who goes to war first.
Yeah.
And he knows this.
Mm.
So guys, you gotta. He's doing an unbelievable job. I get so emotional. I mean, right now.
Why? Why
I've
do you get emotional?
All right, I got involved with the Ukraine thing. I got collected. You know, I got attached to some soldiers. I have one that's in the hospital for the third time.
Oh, really? Is
This time it's shrapnel. Yeah,
Oh my
he's gonna
God.
be okay.
Oh my God.
I try not to. I know you guys know I try to raise funds. I've been working on tires for him. They're
Wow.
$900 because they used to get tires from Russia.
Wow.
So they can't.
$900 for one tire?
No, for 4 snow tires, mud tires.
Oh, okay.
So I'm 300 short. So if anybody wants to donate $1, I just need 300 people, and then I can take him off. And then I want to work on our food bank, you know,
There you go.
our Christmas bank here. I like to give them gift cards so
Okay.
that people can go and shop for themselves instead of, you know, have to pick what we picked for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So gift cards, especially for teenagers. You know, parents need to, that's such a hard age.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so just know, you know, he's going to meet with Xi.
Tell him
He's
again.
meeting with Xi, and that's a big thing. I mean, Xi, you know, he didn't put us in this place with Xi. This wasn't his doing. He's undoing the messes
Right.
that were left for him around the globe. And it's all connected. It's like a dominoes.
He's taking his job serious. That's
Yep.
what it is. And
Yep.
it
He's
does
trying
require.
to stop the domino effect. Right.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
let's be thankful today and pray for the
Absolutely.
others who are suffering. And but we need to be thankful as Americans. It's going to get better.
Yes,
If
I
you're
agree.
having a hard time, you know, use those food banks. Don't be too proud. Everybody's giving because they care. So
Amen.
let's just be thankful today that we are Americans
All right.
and they have a president who cares.
All right. Well, listen, Dark
Thank
Banda,
you.
you are welcome. And as always, I appreciate you always coming in and providing us with truth and updates, especially what's
Have
going
a
on abroad.
yeah.
All right.
Smile for the day.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Bamba a round of applause. No lies detected. All right. Always doing wonderful work all across the globe. All right. We got a couple of more, and then we are up, and away, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Good morning, my good friend Val. How are you doing? Thank you, Queen.
How's it going, Zeus?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, doing good, sir. But you know that my baby guy, he took he took my smile away today. I mean, I'm not real thrilled about this, sir.
Oh, don't let him do that.
And what man calls themselves your baby daddy? I'm just confused.
You knew it. I knew it was a problem when his picture was orange. It had orange in the background. I said, I already know where this is going. Brace for impact, right? That's what you do. When
Brace for impact. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But
the conversation, you know, when you talk to them, it's very hard to end on a high note with MAGA because they don't really seem to have a lot going for them for the most part, right?
No, they do not. But he wants to come up here and tell you that you're giving bad information to people.
Oh.
But there's a reason he wants to tell you that you're giving bad information to people. Because you asked a very important question this morning earlier. You asked, do we want MAGA in our country anymore? Okay. and he did not like that answer because He did not like the answer we gave because what he doesn't understand is while they want to stick their left hand out here and go, oh, look at these prices, look at gas prices,
Right.
look at these $6 eggs that are $1.69 actually. Look at this, look at all this stuff, but then they want to slap you with the right hand with fascism straight across our face. Okay.
Oh, that's a MAGA kung fu or something. What
And
the
they're
heck
not
is
liking it. And they're not liking it right now because, their plans, Project 2025 and all this stuff is now making national news. They don't like it. Okay? They don't like that their plan is being put out to the rest of the world because the rest of this country.
Yes.
We understand that it is not the economy stupid anymore. Yeah, y'all get rid of that talking point now. Okay. It is the attack on our democracy. That is the fight that we are trying to fight because that's the fight we want people to understand, and people are starting to get it. We didn't want you to talk about the vote because, oh no, that vote was bad for them. It's a bad look. And like I said, show you something in the left hand, slap you with the right. That's their whole game right now.
Cut it out, MAGA. We're not going to fall
baby
for
daddy?
it. Yeah.
God, I feel sorry for whoever your baby daddy is, whoever your baby is. But just wake up. Start looking around. All y'all people out there, start looking around, because if you keep fighting for fascism, you might get what you asked for.
Why don't they just go to Russia? Why ruin what we're doing?
Yeah,
Just go to Russia.
If you want a dictator, that's a good place to be.
Tell them, Val.
But that's what I wanted to come and say, and I was real mad that somebody took away my happiness this morning.
Listen, Val. If you allow that to win you or get you, don't let it, because listen, you have to allow that to be. You have to look at it and go, okay, now we know which direction not to go. And this is what I'm telling people. And this is my friend James. He said it. He said, thank you, Zeus, because what you do on the show is you show us in the middle who we should vote for, because they don't want to be affiliated with that nonsense.
No, they do not. And you're absolutely right, Zeus.
They embarrassed themselves.
Yeah,
did I have to convince you? Because was that your first encounter with him?
I definitely don't need any convincing.
I didn't have to tell you. You figured it out like that, right? That's how it is with MAGA. People figure this stuff out. They reveal themselves.
They do every time. I don't know what to tell these people, but wake up, people. Yeah. And they didn't take away my happiness. I just got to put it out there.
I know what you're saying when you're saying a lot of people, but again, no one's going to come up here and tell Zeus what to do, and he knew that.
Right.
But nothing beats a failure but a try. That's what it was.
All right, Zeus, it was good to see you. Have fun in the kingdom today, and let's just do it another day at a time and fight for democracy, sir.
We will and we shall, and you keep up the great work you're doing, my good friend. All right, it was a pleasure hearing from you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Val. No lies detected. Oh yeah, all right. We got one more last guest, and then we are out of here. All right. Good morning, my good friend Tara. How are you doing? Are you trying to connect still? It looks like the connection isn't quite coming through. Tara, I'm assuming that must be that MAGA Wi-Fi. All right. Well, listen up. We're going to wrap this show up, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So that concludes today's morning broadcast. All right. And you know what it is. So we laugh together, we cry together, but we end up going through the truth and making sure it's out here so that the American people and the rest of the world can decide for themselves what side of history they want to be on. And as it currently stands, a majority, an overwhelming number of Americans all across this country are rejecting the MAGA ideology, and they're rejecting the leader of MAGA, Donald J. Trump. Yes, Union Gang, as you say, power to the people. All right? And MAGA, let that be a warning to you. Playtime's over. Donald Trump will be in prison, and like I say, there's only two options for you: jail or hell. And I don't mind if you go to either one of them. Thank you, Jesseline. Okay, because if you work iniquity, as the good book says, hell will be your portion. All right? And as much as you don't like the fact that I continue to make sure the American people and folks all over the world are reminded about that dark, dangerous day of January 6, 2021, in which the MAGA cult leader led an insurrection against the United States government to try to overthrow democracy. If you don't like the fact, thank you for the subscription. If you do not like the fact that I continue to bring it up, do us all a huge favor. Pack your bags and leave. I wish I could be Elon Musk for a day, because I would say, you know what? Let's send these Trump supporters to Mars, where they belong. You can go colonize and plant your flags all over Mars. Get them out of this earth. That's what I would do, but I'm not Elon Musk, so we got to do it the old-fashioned way. We got to let law and order deal with you folks, because you folks have crossed the line. You've taken the gloves off. As far as I'm concerned, you all deserve exactly what you've been getting. All right, jail and hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wrapping it up. I got to get up out of here, but I want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning in this morning. All right, especially all of you out there who are commenting and engaging. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. I also want to thank all of the amazing panelists who had the courage to come in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, right? To my critics and detractors, it's okay that you don't agree with what I say, but I'm so glad that you sat your special behinds down and listened to this special broadcast that was specially crafted with a lot of truth to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible for supporting Donald Trump. You're not saving the country, you're not patriots, and you're far from being Christians. You're liars, grifters, criminals, frauds, seditionists, treasonous, conspiracy theory, promoting cultists. All right? And thank you to all of my subscribers and everyone that showed me love and sent the gifts. Thank you very much. It is time for me to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, have a great rest of your morning, and stay safe out there in these TikTok streets, all right? Don't let no one steal your joy.
Who's closest? The most handsome in the kingdom.
And I really am the most handsome. HVAC, you heard that. Nutty, you heard that. Ride your own way. Thank you, yes.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
Thank you, Homer.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm brighter than an eagle, I got red on
Tell him.
Tell him, thank you, Heaven. I'm feeling brand new. If you living like a bum, get away from me, fool. I got money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you.
Thank you, Miss Boss Chief.
Fall in love
Thank
too
you,
quick.
Stacey.
You a high risk, Nick's all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds. When you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. I tried to be patient.
I'm not talking to you,
I'm catching all these snakes.
Janae Bear. I'm not talking to you when I'm rapping these lyrics,
I'm
Stacey.
the one that they choose.
Just sit in the audience and listen to what I'm saying. This ain't for
This is how I move when I'm walking like
you.
Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus. You thinking that you cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades and I'm burning down the roof. You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting for this moment now, I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof. Time to let loose.
And you really do look goofy.
Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. Tried to be patient, but you had to like my
JP, thank you.
Catching all these snakes, like a little goose.
And my hammer is still working. Conservative win. It's stronger than it's ever been.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Evan.
I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus.
Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus. You're thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus.
Thunder in the sky like you up like
Here he goes.
Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god. Call me Zeus.
I just want to buy 11,780. Well,
right.
Which is one more than we have.
You just want that? You don't want some prison time? You don't want Bonnie Willis? You don't want Jack Smith that come with that? Well, listen up, sir. I got a little something special for you. Reggie! Where he at? Hit him with it.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. 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 Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
What are we going to do? You know what? I haven't done it in a while. All right. We want to do, we'll do Fonnie Willis. All right. I haven't done our good friend Fonnie Willis. All right. This is for you, Miss Fonnie Willis, for having the courage to indict Donald Trump.
The indictment brings felony.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment.
Here I go.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act.
Let's hit them.
Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment. Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. The indictment brings felony charges against
who?
Donald John Trump.
Who?
Rudolph William Louis Giuliani.
Who?
John Charles Eastman.
Who?
Mark Randall Meadow.
Get him, Bonnie!
Ready or not, here I go. You can't
oh my God!
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution.
They don't respect it.
They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
Get him, Biden.
They refuse to accept the results of a free election.
Right.
I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023.
MAGA forces are determined
all right, ladies and gentlemen,
to take this country backward.
We are.